family. As for me, go forbid. I can never get involved with doing business with my family. And I will not advise anybody.
The day you're not the first person to do business with or with a stranger, with a family member. And if someone says they don't have the money, sell their kidney, they don't have the money.
If you invest in a family member, can it strengthen the relationship or destroy it? My opinion is that if you invest in it to actually destroy the relationship you have
With your family. Me personally, I think you're talking from a place of hurt.
Okay,
But
I'm not talking from a place
doing
of hurt
business
because
with your
I've heard,
family
I've
is not
seen,
is
and I'm actually close
and
to someone that
how
got
do they
involved
how do
in
they
sending
then
money
build
back
generational
home,
wealth?
and then okay,
How do they
like
then build
one, someone
generational
happened.
wealth? I totally get where you're coming from. But can I ask you one question?
Welcome to Zia's Talk. Today we are talking about something so many people avoid, doing business with family. And I'm here with Desire and Winnie from Zia Properties team. If money enters the conversation, can family still be family? That is, would you rather lose money or family relationship in business?
I feel like that should even be a question because what do you mean you want to compare money to your family relationships? Like, you can always get money back, but can you really get your relationships back?
And do you know that money is actually involved in this talk he just said? Okay, assuming someone gets a job or maybe doesn't even have a job and is involved with all this side hustle, then hustling money, gathering up, depriving himself of food, nice things, and then sending money back home to his family to invest in a particular business, only for him to go back and realize that nothing has actually been done, nothing to show for it. How do you expect that person to just easily forgive and then let go of his money? It's not like money is just something you just walk on the road and you just pick it from the ground or it's growing on the trees. It's very difficult to actually let go of that money, remembering all your hard work, all your sleepless nights, all the things actually deprive yourself of just to get that money and send it to your family for investment, and then it's lost.
I feel like when people think about family and relationships, the first thing that comes to their mind is the fact that, oh, if they won't be able to hold their family members accountable. And that is where people get it wrong. Because in any business, you actually have to hold the people you're doing business with accountable.
That thought did not actually come to his mind before he sent that money. Okay, person is sending money to my family, not sending it to a stranger or maybe an extended family member like an auntie, or cousin. You're sending it to your mom, your dad, your brother, or your sister with the hope that okay, this money is safe with this person, and I'm sure that as I'm sending this money for investment, what I'm actually working on is going to actually come through. But you realize that nothing is actually working and your money is just lost.
I totally get where you're coming from. But can I ask you one question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you believe that even with strangers, there won't be need for that accountability? There won't be cases of someone running away with your money.
Yes, that's why it's a stranger talk. And for the fact that there will be proper contracts that will be signed, that person will not even have that mind to want to run away with your money.
You see,
because you can actually hold that person accountable. You get, like, the person wants to run away with your money, will face court charges. But if it has to do with family, they will just emotionally blackmail you. Just imagine it's your twin brother you sent money to, and then he did not do what you wanted him to do, like your investment. He ate the money, and then you now bring him all these court charges. You want to take him to court, and your mother just lie on the ground and then start crying and shouting, you are twins, oh, you share the same placenta, born on the same day, you share birthdays, and then you want to take your only brother to court. Because of money that you just sent for a small investment, and they don't want to make you feel bad about it. Don't say, what of your mates that have lost millions of naira, here only just few thousands you sent for investment, you went through, and then you now ended up losing it, and you want to take your only brother to court. Like, they'll just emotionally blackmail you. And in the case of a stranger, there's nothing like that, no emotional attachment. You can just take the person straight up to court.
So that's in our culture now. We see that saying no to family members, it feels like a betrayal. It feels like betrayal. So how do you handle that?
I will actually say no.
You say no?
I will not see it as a betrayal.
You won't consider the fact that
No, I will
family,
not
because I
see
think it's something that is common.
No, I won't see it as a betrayal. I'm saying, like, I'm trying to save our relationship in the future. You understand? Because if I accept that we're going to business and it falls through, then we now start keeping malice, not to see eye to eye. It's better I just say no to avoid future problems. That's what.
Okay, how about you? How do you balance saying no to family? How do you handle it?
Before I move on to answer this question, what I want to say is that where people get it wrong is that they feel like with family, there's no need for legal
That
contracts.
is not what she's asking.
Okay.
Asking, can you
No,
say
that's why I said
no?
before
Can you say no to like
I
going
said
into a
before
business
I
with your
get
family?
into this question, like before I get
Okay,
into
okay.
so most people get it wrong when it comes to family and what's it called businesses.
Mhm.
When they are starting based on maybe verbal agreements. They don't put into consideration
Paperwork,
written
yeah.
this in documents.
Mhm.
By the time the person you're dealing with knows that okay, oh, it is written down, we have contracts, we have what's it called procedures that we are meant to follow in this business, administrative procedures. Any reasonable person, and at the same time, when you're giving what's it called administrative roles to people, you should do it based not just based on the fact that oh you know them. It should be based on merit. What does this person have to offer? What are this person's flaws? You know the person better than a stranger out there, so you know what this person can and cannot do, and you work with what that person's personality. So that's why even doing business with a family member is better than doing it with a stranger, because you know that person and you know their capabilities and inabilities.
You have not answered the question. Is saying no a betrayal to that person or not? Because you
Now
know
I'm
that
coming back to the question she
okay.
asked me. Now she asked me that in what's it called African tradition, saying no to
Does it feel
elderly
like a
people,
betrayal?
yeah, feels like a betrayal and everything. And that is why you have to make sure that the job description you're giving that person has limitations to it. So whether it's your mom or not, you're already from the onset, you've already given her boundaries that she can't pass. You've already told her you're not giving her any what's it called, because once you do it once you have to do it, once you do it once do it twice, the third time is an entitlement.
Exactly.
So you have to make sure that you're setting your boundaries and you're keeping to them. Once they already know that this person is a principled person, there's some people that they will say they are principled, and there's some people that they will say they are outrightly rude. But once you know this person is principled, you already know that she won't. There's some mothers that you tell them something about their daughter and they'll be like, she won't do it. Then don't even bother bringing that matter to my daughter. She won't handle it like
and
that.
there's some family members that even with all those agreements, they still breach the agreement because they feel that
And when they
entitlement.
break it, the
Yes, there's nothing can do. They will still break it. So that's why for me, I will just say no. I don't care if you take it as a betrayal, but I feel like I'm trying to save our relationship from crisis in the future. Yes.
Just like you said, that leads us to the next question. If family business, should it still involve signing of agreements, lawyers, and contracts?
Definitely, obviously, doing any type of business, any form of business, you have to have the legal aspect of it. Even most firms have their legal departments. So even if it's a family, you still have to make sure you document things and you make sure there are contracts for every activity. Make sure everything is documented properly.
Okay, excuse me. What kind of business will involve you signing a contract with your family? Is it an office business or maybe a business or running a livestock? What kind of contracts will you actually bring for them to sign? Because I feel like even with all these legal documents, they will still breach this agreement. They will just feel like, okay, it's my son, all these are just paperwork, are just formalities, and they won't even take it seriously.
Okay. You're saying that what type of business and what's it called?
That the family will get involved in for them to bring all these contracts and legal agreements and lawyers.
And okay, fine, that's on the large scale. On a small scale, you mentioned livestock. Now that if you're doing a livestock business, and then I'm not going to talk about big because there are some big poultry farms. So I'm going to talk about, let's say, something small. And then you're already in the beginning of the what's it called, administrative term. You tell people that okay, you bring together your family members. You guys, we're going to start this business this year, and then you what's it called? You document. That's why I didn't just say legal stuff. I said documentation. Proper documentation allows for accountability, and that is what kills most businesses: lack of accountability. So you bring everyone together and you tell them, okay, by so and so week, you should be able to have done this. By the time that person at so week has not done it, you're already putting that person accountable. And then once that person knows that weekly there's an accountability system, there are some things that the person can't even try to do because they know that before the thing gets to a large scale point, there's a system to what's it called, put that person's rubbish to book that person's behavior.
Okay, so do you think doing business with family will strengthen the relationship or it will destroy it?
It can never strengthen the relationship at all. Doing business with family and it falls through, there will always be disorganization and disagreements between that family, and there will always be war in the family. Okay, then there's someone I know, and while he was in school, he was hustling, and he wanted to send money back home. That after his school, you have something to fall through while looking for a job after uni. All right, so he was hustling, and any money he make, 500k, 200k, 1 million, he will send it home, give it to his mother to buy livestock to raise. You know how cattle are very expensive, especially when it comes to festive season, how much you can actually sell one cow. So he will send this money home for his mom to be buying livestock. Then they would only just send him video. He'll be seeing how progressive it was. Then later on, he'll just get calls that yesterday we lost 2 cattle. Day before yesterday we lost 5 cattle. This one is sick. This one got kidnapped. Like so many excuses. So only for him to find out that they were actually selling those cattle that they claim they were dying. They were selling it, putting the money into their pocket, or maybe when a celebration come or like all this village New Year festival, they'll just kill one, enjoy themselves. So how do you expect him to strengthen the bond he has with his family again over after trusting them with his lifetime investment? Like he has nothing to show after school. He now got back to zero. So I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
So in situations like, what are the boundaries to set? Maybe will you ask them to refund back your
Forget
money?
about the boundary. That kind of relationship, like sending money, it's a no. Like I won't even think about sending
What
money
about
home
you?
or
What can
anything.
you say to this example you gave to us?
Desire, I honestly get where you're coming from with this guy's this thing. But this thing that happened between him and his mom can also have happened between him and a stranger.
And it'll be easy for him to put that stranger behind bars.
Yes.
But if he comes with his mom, he can't do it. She'll just roll on the ground and start emotionally blackmailing him. I carried you in my womb for 9 months. I've trained you right from when I gave birth to you. All the money I've spent on you is not even worth that money you sent for me for investment. Like all those things can happen, and he'll just get weak and just leave her. And then it will not end up destroying the relationship they have. Before he communicates with her, it will take time, and he might just disconnect with her completely. So it actually destroyed their family bond. But if he has to do with a stranger, he can actually deal with it. He can take that person behind bar, take that person to court, and make sure he refund him in full and even interest.
But you know, what's it called? Let me say something real quick. You know, if you're owing me money and we take it to court, if I tell the court that I don't have money to give you, nothing. Actually, the court won't really. The court can only say when you have the money, pay her back. Will you go and tell the court that you have the money? So even if he was with a stranger,
maybe he can lie in front of the judge, but I will follow you up. I can just corner you, they go beat you like this, carry bad, but if that money will come out, I can even, like your family member, I go sell your property, that money go come out.
How do you want to sell the person's properties if it was not a legal contract that if so and so thing happens? That's why I said at the beginning that you still have to do. So you want to go through the illegal routes because you are doing
it's my money. You know what I went through to get that money to invest. You pay me back. As far as we don't have any family relationship, you will pay me back that money.
Yeah, that's how you feel. By the end of the day, you're not the first person to do business with a stranger, with a family member. And if someone says they don't have the money, sell their kidney, they don't have the money.
You just you don't shoot you on the road and kill. You just die.
So you're ready to kill someone for money. I'm
not saying that like the anger, like you can actually drive someone to do that. But if it's a family member, you can actually control yourself and not go that extra mile. That's
the only difference between doing business with a family member and doing business with a stranger. Is the fact that when something goes south, you can fully vent your anger on the stranger, but not on your family member. On your family member, you might have to listen to all these but at the same time, most of the time is the end result is the same. If you actually really critically look at it,
the end result the same? It's not the same.
What is it? A stranger, what's it called, does something wrong in your business.
You follow
remove you first of all you sack the person. When family members do the same thing, first of all, you suspend the person. You tell the person.
You not only sack the person.
Tell the person
something goes wrong in your business with a stranger,
you put the person in bars,
and the person.
This one, you're not putting the person in bars because it's your family. Your family has probably told you don't put the person in bars.
And
what are you looking for? What is the reason of putting the person in bars? Is it not to get your money back? Is it to the police is not going to pay you? Instead, you're the one going to pay the police. You don't put the person in bars. But you're not going to get your money back either ways. If the person says I don't have the money, and that's why I said, and I'll still say it, you need to be legally inclined in your business. You have to put these things in place. That if this thing goes south, there is a plan B that is documented, that everybody knows that if they fall through with this, they are going to get actual repercussions.
What she meant was, if you invest in a family member, can it strengthen the relationship or destroy it? My opinion is that if you invest in it will actually destroy the relationship you have
with your family. Me personally, I would say it depends on how the bond is before the business.
in investing in family business. For my peace of mind, yes. And yeah.
Okay, me personally, I would say because it depends on the bond before you guys start the business. If you guys
Before
have
or after, I will not.
So finally, if someone watching this video now needs an advice, what would you advise them if it's safe to do business with a family or not?
So my advice to you if you want to do business with your family is that you should know the personality of the person. Don't just say, oh, it's my sister. Who is your sister? Know who your sister is. Don't just say it's my mother. Know who your mother is. Does she normally dupe your father when he gives her money to go to the market? If she does that, then you already know who you're doing business with. So don't just do business based on the title of the person. Do it based on the personality of that family member. But doing business with your family members is not bad at all.
Yeah, that means you're actually still in agreement of not doing business in my family. As for me, go for it. I can never get involved with doing business in my family, and I will not advise anybody, whether your mother is good or not, whether she saves money for your father or not. Do not send your money to your family member to do business for you. It always goes south.
Personally, I think you're talking from a place of hurt. But
I'm not talking from a place
doing
of hurt
business
because
with your family
I've
is not.
seen, and I'm actually close to
And
someone that
how
got
do they
involved.
how do they
in
then
sending money
build
back
generational
home,
wealth?
and then
How do they then build
so what
generational
happened?
wealth?
Someone actually sent money to his sister. Like the sister actually, she follows up things, and she's a very good woman. Like she doesn't misuse anyone's money. So he sent money to her to get her a piece of land at home. You know, piece of land at home is actually very affordable. He wanted to start buying land so he can build estates and also give it for rent. Like it's a Budukatu ranch, so it actually attracts tourists to go there. So he actually wanted to take up that idea of buying a piece of land there and then build an estate. So when people come home, they'll be able to stay. So he sent her money. What happened was that festive period. Okay, what happened? What happened was that a year before he sent money, his sister wanted to buy some stuffs for the house, Christmas stuff, Christmas clothes for the children. So she borrowed money and then went to the market and did Christmas shopping. As he sent money to her to buy land for him and get all those papers, she used that money and paid her debt. So what are you saying?
That is why I said you have to know the personality of the person you're
But she
dealing
did
with.
not show that
That's-
she did not show that.
No, you would know from an
she doesn't
from
do
an
that.
early
She
stage. You will know
doesn't
someone
she
that doesn't have
feel-
priorities. You will know some because why did she have to go and borrow money to spend to celebrate Christmas?
And it is
If
like
you
if
have
she wanted money,
to celebrate
she
Christmas, somebody's
asks.
going
She
to
normally
put a gun
asks.
to your head.
She normally asks before.
So that's why you will know that she's an extravagant person. You can't
not.
say for her to have borrowed money to spend on Christmas. She's an extravagant person.
That's not the character she shows because she spends her own money. She doesn't spend out of her budget. You understand?
I'm not saying that she spends out of her budget. I'm saying that for her to borrow money for Christmas, she's an extravagant person.
But she won't have used her brother's money to pay off her debt. She wants to invest for heaven's sake.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. The boy should have known the personality of his sister before sending her money.
Invest money to give his or family members money to invest.
You just
keep
don't
your money
do
in your account. Keep your money in your account.
Don't do it carelessly.
So guys, now you've heard from Desire and Winnie, and Desire is on the side that you should never
Please
do business with your family. And
members.
Winnie say that once you know that family member, you can trust that person, you can do business with that person. So let us hear from you. What do you think about this? Drop your experience in the comment section. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and also share this video because someone watching or someone you know might need to watch this video before taking a decision.
Very important.
Thank you.
Bye.